It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Lions and the Bears, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
The good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. In season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. That is part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up first and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run with Montgomery. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's third and goal now.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a man who nearly broke the single-season rushing record for quarterbacks last season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. On the move past the 40. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Chicago! Darnell Mooney, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, this defense for the Bears very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass progress, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, first down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division. Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Now a first down throw, Fields. Flushed out right. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Fields now to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Travis Homer from 4 yards out. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Santos now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out now come the Lions. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Second and 5. Now it's gone. This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
On second down, Montgomery. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Goff on first down. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This is 2nd and 8. To throw is Goff. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael O.J. just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Pushing his way through. Touchdown, Chicago! An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Now the point after try for Santos. And it is now 21-0. It's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now a first down throw, gone. And it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Throwing again is gone. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Finding Williams once more, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Gone. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Goff throwing again. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Patterson's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta.
And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. The Buccaneers trying to finish that one off and claim victory. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head over to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Panthers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now a throw here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the Bears getting the road victory, so they'll look now to take the season series here at Soldier Field.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. They run again with Foreman. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At the 20.
They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at about the 28. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're in position to do so.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
On the option right, it's Fields.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
On 1st down, it's Fields. That'll be caught by Foreman.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. I thought they might try the sneak, but what they had planned turned out much better.
It certainly did, and let's face it, when you run the sneak there, that's probably the better percentage play to pick up the 1st down. But if you have confidence in your offensive line that you won't allow any breakthroughs by the defensive front, you run what they did there. Let the big guy take the football.
He's got a man complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Bears are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Santos with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And some room to run now. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 59 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Goff on first down. Finds Gibbs on the check down. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw, Goff. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
That is caught, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyler Gordon picks it off. This is Kyler Gordon on the return. And he is all the way up past the 25. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Go. Back to Foreman on 1st. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Fields.
Buying time to his left. Oh, a heck of a move. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
And that is a historic run for him, partner. With that pickup, he just broke Lamar Jackson's 2019 record for most yards in a season by a quarterback. No one has done it better across a 16 or a 17-game schedule. Now his name will be forever linked with the best runners to ever play at that position.
Here we go, son. Now a first down throw. Fields.
Over the middle, it's complete.
Now 2nd and 3.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Fields.
Out to his left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And talk about built to run the football. Whether you're calling it on design running plays or him breaking out into the open field after trying to pass the football, Justin Fields knows where the end zone is. 8 rushing touchdowns last season. Only Jalen Hurts had more.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On first down, Goff.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bears, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.